Elias Stanley on the line. I want to talk about habitual excellence in 2023. Now, in one of my previous videos, I talked about how we should be habitually excellent in the things we do. It comes from the wise quote by Aristotle, where he said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellency then is not an act, but a habit. So if we're going to make 2023 a greater year, then we need to be habitually excellent. Now, there are there are three areas that I think that we can be habitually excellent for 2023 to be a better year for us. One is ourselves. First, we need to find out what is our strength and our weakness, because as human beings, sometimes there are certain strengths we have that we never know about. But this strength is with us, and there are weaknesses we have that we don't know we have them. I'm going to tell us two stories. Sometime in my secondary school, I think I was in SS3A, and one time they announced in the assembly, the morning assembly, that SS3A and SS3, either 3B or 3C, that we're going to have a debate. So the moment they announced SS3A, the whole class, because in our assembly, every class sits on a row, on a long row of chairs. So JS1, JS2, JS3, SS1, SS2, SS3. I think they had SS, ABC or there, but I can't really recall. But now the point is, when they announced SS3A was going to have a debate, the moment they said SS3B and SS3A are going to have a debate, immediately they said SS3A. All the members of my class chorused my name. Now, I was surprised. I was like, but I'm not the very brilliant type, because I think we're about 35 in the class as of then. Yeah, 30 or 35. Now, normally my average is about 55, 60, 50, 75. And sometimes I come out 12, 13, 17, 18 out of 35. So I didn't see myself like this very bright student who should go and start debating about what he doesn't know about. But when they now chorused my name, so the housemaster who was taking us on the debate now added my name automatically to, because this one that they chorused his name, that means he's efficient or he can do it. So they held several meetings that he was supposed to meet with the debaters and enlighten them or guide them on how to go about it. The first meeting I didn't go, the second meeting I didn't go, the third meeting I didn't go. Then he had to send our senior prefect to come and bundle me. That was when I went. And finally, we did the debate, but I had the loudest ovation, the loudest and longest ovation, because actually I did my research very well, and I was able to present my points to the best of my ability. Now, what I'm trying to let us know is my whole class, or the whole SS3, knew that I was a very good arguer. You can't argue with me even till today that I'm talking to you. This happened over 23 or 4 years ago. But till today I'm talking now, this is 2023. You don't argue with me, no matter how close we are. If you argue with me, I'll make a minced meat of you. But the good thing is I don't argue about what I don't know about. If you talk about something I don't know about, keep quiet. But if you argue with me, be ready, just gather your facts, because I argue on fact-based. I hate sentimental argument, no emotional argument around where I am. Now, I had another experience. Sometime in my second year or third year, I had a roommate. So one day when I came back from vacation, he was already in school because their own school didn't close. Now, while he was arranging the room, as I came back, I was also arranging my things. So I wanted to write something. I wanted to tear a piece of paper. So I just put the ruler on top of the paper, then tore it with speed. Voop! He looked at me and he said, "Do you still tear papers like this?" Now, I reasoned his word, "Do you still?" that still means that I was doing it before and it is not a good attitude. So I just looked at him and I said, how do you mean? He said, don't you know that way you tear the paper, you can even damage the paper itself? I said, okay. So that was the day I realized that tearing paper with speed, it's not the best idea. Or it's not the best idea. Now, I had to start working on myself. That was when I now realized a lot of other areas that I was so fast-paced that I needed to change. So, in 2023, you need to learn certain things about yourself. In your workplace, your boss may be picking on you not because he hates you, but simply because you're the lousy person. You're the type that, in fact, you're the rotten egg. You're the one that is draining the company. You're the waste pipe of the company. So you need to find out about yourself. Sometimes you can ask those who are close to you to do a proper assessment of you and give you 3 of your good qualities and 3 of your bad qualities which they think you need to change. So you need to work on yourself, realize who you are, realize the strength you have and the weakness you have and work on them. Then secondly, for 2023 to be a brighter year for you, you need to find out what are those skill sets you need to learn to make your work a better thing. Let's take, for instance, you're working in a company. You need to find out what makes your department work. What makes it successful? What are those skills that the company lacks, that the company needs? Go and learn them. Every company produces, or every company is into service. Now, there are lapses in a lot of places. Go to YouTube, go to any resource where you can download videos. Six Sigma, they're going to teach you things on how to improve yourself, improve your company. Find out how to improve your company. Find out what your company needs to grow and make it grow. Because everything in life boils down to the economy, and the economy boils down to the companies that are producing these things, both in the production and in the service company. Okay? So, when you learn these things, you can build a better 2023. Now, lastly, remember I talked about your personal strength and weakness. I talked about your organizational strength, weakness, and the learnings you need, the skill sets you need. Lastly, if you don't have any skill, maybe as a graduate or whatever, if you don't have any skill, go learn a skill. Because your skill can take you to where your certificates cannot take you to. Though I wouldn't want to bank on that for now, but the point is, when you have a skill, the economy will not be so tight on you, because the gift of a man maketh way for him. So irrespective of how hard or harsh or difficult the economy is, you must always find something. You must always be able to feed yourself or to pay some basic bills, because when you have a skill, then people will come and require your service, and when they require your service, they will give you something. It may be very little in the start, but as time goes on, when you perfect your skill and you become a pro, you become a master of that profession or that skill, you can now set your price and you make more money from it. Okay? So create a job using the skill. When you create a job, you affect lives, you can employ, and you can make society better. You become a part of the solution to our society. The world is heading into a recession, or has headed into a recession, or however. I don't have space to talk about it now, but if you're following up what's happening in the financial industry with the dollar, the BRICS, and the Ukraine war and everything, you know that maybe 2023 may not be rosy for some of us. So if you're able to learn these 3 things, then you can be habitually excellent. Push yourself to your limits. Push yourself to bring out the best within you and make 2023 a super successful year. I believe in us. I believe in you. I believe in humanity. Let's give it a good try, and let's try to make sure that we build a successful life for posterity. Cheers.